welcome. Welcome friends, family, faculty, and the class of 2023. We begin our ceremony today by acknowledging that the Yale School of Nursing is situated on the land of the past and present Quinnipiac people. It is with deep gratitude that we honor the land, history, and traditions of the indigenous peoples who stewarded the land for generations and who are still connected to it, as well as the responsibility that comes with sharing the land. We acknowledge the painful history, and with our mission at the Yale School of Nursing of better health for all people, we embrace our commitment to health justice, caring for all communities, and especially those who suffer unacceptable health disparities. And now I'd like to begin the 97th commencement for the Yale School of Nursing. The graduates here today are putting an exclamation point on the school's first century. And with that in mind, I'd like to share a little bit about our first 100 years. We were founded in 1923 under the leadership of Annie Warburton Goodrich, the former chief nursing inspector for the US Army hospitals and the founder of the US Army School of Nursing during World War I. Ms. Goodrich became the first female dean at Yale, so I want to repeat that again, the first female dean at Yale, and oversaw the first school within a university to prepare nurses under an educational rather than an apprenticeship program. Before YSN, the Yale School of Nursing, was founded, nurses in America were really considered just labor force and in general a pair of hands that could execute the tasks assigned them by a doctor. And Yale School of Nursing changed that. We poured the foundation that would build advanced practice nursing as a career for highly skilled practitioners, clinical experts, and scientific researchers that are seated today in their academic regalia. Almost 50 years later, another Yale dean, Florence Wald, established the first hospice care facility in the United States, right here in Connecticut. And today, many of our graduates have chosen to continue her legacy of this revolutionary model of care. The idea of the Graduate Entry Pre-Specialty in Nursing, GEPIN, program germinated at Yale School of Nursing in the 1970s. This is the decade when I went back for my master's, and Yale was one of the few schools that would accept someone without a bachelor's degree in nursing, but a degree in another field. I had a diploma in nursing, but not a bachelor's, and my degree was in sociology. So I didn't apply because I didn't think I'd be accepted. So other schools around the country scoffed at us and said, how could we possibly transform someone into a nurse without any healthcare background and into an advanced practice nurse or midwife? Well, they watched us do it, and that condemnation morphed into imitation. So what visionary thinkers we had at our school then and we have today was by that expanding the diversity of thought among our student body and faculty, they would graduate visionary nurses and midwives with many ways of thinking about how to solve complex health problems. So our tradition of breaking tradition continues today. 2023 is the first year we congratulate a graduate of the Pediatric Acute Care Nurse Practitioner Program. And it is the first year that we have launched the brand new online master's degree in nursing program. The class of 2023 is the first to walk across the commencement stage after the declaration of the end of the COVID-19 pandemic. You persevered throughout that pandemic, and you knew you could help. Thank you for doing it. I have no doubt that you will all make us very proud, and you have done so already, and that you will make your own history in the future. It has been a privilege to learn with you and to learn from you. You are all exceptionally smart, talented, and passionate people who will truly go anywhere and do anything as you strive to meet our mission of better health for all people. Thank you for coming to the Yale School of Nursing, and congratulations on your achievements. And now, in addition to recognizing our graduating students today, we are also proud to honor the many outstanding contributions of our 4 retiring faculty members. They have all witnessed and advanced progress in teaching, delivery of care, and academic research. We send them our sincere gratitude and warmest wishes for the next chapter of their lives. Dr. Andre Lisser is a senior lecturer. In nursing and graduated from our school in 1979. She retires on June 30th after 13 years in the psychiatric mental health program with us, and will return to part-time private practice. Dr. DeLisser has an extensive background in consultation and liaison psychiatry, psychotherapeutic modalities, organizational behavior, and bereavement. Her awards and recognition include the Nightingale Excellence in Nursing Award, which she received in 2018, and the Dorothy Sexton Mentorship Award, which she received on Thursday. She has also served as the president of Delta Mu, Yale's chapter of Sigma Theta Tau International, our honor society. Thank you, Dr. DeLisser, and thank you. We've had a lot of fun with these guys over the past few years. Pediatric nurse practitioner Dr. Lois Sadler is retiring this summer, 44 years after joining the faculty. Dr. Sadler's research has examined the transition to parenthood among adolescent parents and their families, adolescent pregnancy prevention, and evaluation of specialized support programs for young parents and their children. She co-founded the home visiting program called Minding the Baby in 2001, and she retires as co-director of graduate studies for the PhD program. After retirement, Dr. Sadler will continue to be part of our community as a senior research scientist. Dr. Sadler's dedication to her students includes her attending the Graduate School of Arts and Sciences ceremony with her PhD students right now, but we look forward to seeing her at the reception later. Dr. Robin Whittemore first arrived at the Yale School of Nursing as a postdoctoral fellow in 2000 and is retiring after 23 years with the school. Dr. Whittemore's service to Yale includes working to advance one of the University Service Strategy Committee's primary goals of matching researchers with collaborations across disciplines. In 2018, she received the Dorothy Sexton Mentorship Award, and she has spearheaded innovative programs in her diabetes research, including the incorporation of texting. After retirement, Dr. Whittemore will continue to be part of our community as a senior research scientist. Dr. Whittemore is also attending the Graduate School of Arts and Sciences ceremony at the moment, and I look forward to congratulating her at our reception later. Executive Deputy Dean, Dr. Carmen Portillo is also retiring this fall after 3 decades in nursing and a half a dozen years at Yale School of Nursing. Dr. Portillo's leadership positions include serving as former president of the National Association of Hispanic Nurses and co-founder of the National Coalition of Ethnic Minority Nurses Association. She spearheaded the launch of the new online MSN program, which welcomed its first cohort of psychiatric nurse practitioners earlier this month. In 2022, Dr. Portillo helped develop an infection prevention compendium for long-term care facilities. And that resource recognizes that every person in such a facility, from nurses to the families to the laundry staff, has a crucial role to play in infection prevention. This compendium is available for free on the YSN website. Dr. Portillo, please join us. Let's have another round of applause for these 4 extraordinary nurses. I would also like to recognize a special group of students who helped us usher into our festivities this morning on Old Campus and this afternoon during our procession. These graduates were nominated and chosen because of their exceptional leadership, scholarship, and community work. Our banner bearer, Nicole Devaney, graduated today from the Pediatric Nurse Practitioner Primary Care Program. Our student marshals for the Master of Science in Nursing program are nurse midwife Jenalee Jaquez, and psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner Kwe Kugai Asi. The student marshal representing the Doctor of Nursing practice program is Lisa Chaplinsky. Additionally, we recognize a faculty member who exhibits outstanding teaching skills, serves as a role model, and displays excellence in nursing education to serve as our faculty marshal. The 2023 faculty marshal is Christine Rodriguez. She's the director of our simulation and interim co-chair of the GEPN program. So congratulations to you all, and thank you for representing the Yale School of Nursing during this great day. So I'm now thrilled to present our keynote speaker. Dr. Lynn Malerba is a proud nurse and a 2015 Yale School of Nursing graduate from our Doctor of Nursing practice program. Dr. Malerba has been a trailblazer throughout her career, including when she became the first female chief of the Mohegan tribe in 2010. She is the first woman to hold that position in the tribe's modern history. In the fall of 2022, she became the first Native American to serve as the Treasurer of the United States. And her signature is on the currency as the first linked by a tribal leader and a Native American woman. Dr. Malerba's autograph is accompanied by the personal script of the US Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, a 1971 Yale PhD, marking the first time in history that the signatures of 2 women have appeared on American monetary notes. The first bills in denominations of 1 and 5 have entered circulation earlier this year, so be on the watch for them. There have been many times that Dr. Malerba was the only Indigenous person in the room, or the only woman in the room, or the only nurse in the room where it happens. And she understands both the power and the responsibility of being a member of the nation's most trusted profession, and I eagerly look forward to her remarks.
I'm happy you used the abridged version of my bio. Thank you for that, because you know, the older you get, the longer your bio is. But I do have to say, whenever I'm in a room full of nurses, I feel like I'm home. So thank you so very much to all of you and to the class for allowing me to speak today. So Wikisk, good day and greetings to Dean Holly Kennedy, Executive Deputy Dean Dr. Carmen Portillo, the Board of Trustees, the faculty, the Yale School of Nursing staff, friends and family, but most importantly, the Yale School of Graduates, you know, nursing of 2023. Give yourselves a round of applause. You've earned it. I'm so honored to share a few words with you today, and I really appreciate you inviting me to attend this. I am Chief Many Hearts Lynn Malerba of the Mohegan tribe. Song Squaw is the female word for chief in Mohegan, and translated it means rock woman. So who wouldn't love a title like that, right? You know, I was all in when they told me that. But the name Many Hearts was bestowed upon me by our medicine woman. And I had been forever procrastinating about taking a Mohegan name, but when I became chief, she said, you can't procrastinate any longer, so I'm going to name you. So she said, well, you know, as a nurse, you've held many hearts in your hands in the past. And I was a cardiology nurse, so that was very true. And now, as chief, you hold our hearts in your hands. And that really resonated with me, and I'm very proud to keep this name forward. And she's much better at gifting names than I am. And I share this because, like me, you all hold hearts in your hands every day in their care settings that you have chosen for yourselves. So attending college is a little bit similar to the birth experience for women. You know, you're very excited when you hear the news that you're accepted. It's a little painful all the way through, which I'm sure you can attest to. But at the end of the experience, like today, it's nothing but joy. So congratulations today. You have all birthed a career or added a sibling career to your world. And believe me when I say you will continue to be a lifelong learner. And that's what makes this profession so very interesting. When I graduated nursing school at age 21, I went to a diploma school as well. It was the moment of truth, and I remember thinking, oh my God, this hospital's actually trusting me to make decisions about my patients all by myself. Now that was a strong motivator to become that lifelong learner that I've been. Nurses occupy a sacred space as you care for people when they are the most vulnerable and in need of reassurance. You offer a steady sense of expertise, calm, and reassurance. But most of all, you offer yourself. And what you do is you provide your empathy, your skills, your knowledge, your concern, not only for the person that you're caring for, but their extended network of family and friends, because they're depending on you as well. And it isn't surprising that since 1999, when nurses were added to the Gallup poll of most trusted professions, nurses have been ranked #1, with the only exception being 2001, when firefighters were named the most trusted after their heroic efforts during 9/11. Mohegan has an enduring symbol, which is the path of life. It's this curvy linear line from right to left, or left to right, and it represents the ups and downs of life, and it represents the path that you travel. But it represents that overall there will be balance in your life. There are dots all along the line, and those dots represent the people that we meet along our life's path. Those that give us a hand up when we're in the valley and we need some assistance, and those that are cheering us on when we reach the top of our life's trail, just like you all today. What is unique about the profession of nursing is that everyone without exception is touched by a nurse on their life's journey in a very healing way. You extend yourselves in compassion. We were at our lowest, and then you celebrate with us at our high points. So whether you're helping us to bring a new baby into our lives, cope with an unexpected illness, or helping someone travel to the ancestors peacefully, you are there by our side. It is such an honor to travel the path with others in such a very personal way. You may never know how you've impacted someone and how you've affected someone, but know this, that person will always remember you, and they'll always remember exactly how you touched them and what that meant to them. While my first nursing program occurred during the Stone Ages, with none of the modern technology that we enjoy today. It still informs everything that I've done since. And to put that in perspective, patients had ashtrays by their bedside for their smoking convenience. Nurses smoked in the back room while they were getting the report on their patients, and you didn't even have to inhale. You could just walk in and get that secondhand smoke going. We wore white uniforms and caps, no nail polish, no hair on your collar. It had to be up. Nurses' caps had a code all unto themselves. My first cap was a plain white cap, which had no stripe on it, no anything. And that was to tell your patients, you better not trust this person too much, right? They've got no experience here if they have no stripe on their cap. And we were a very fresh crop of nurses. We might take a blood pressure or change a bed, because in the old days, we all changed our own beds for our patients. And then we graduated the second year to a skinny blue stripe. The third year was to a wide light blue stripe. And then when we graduated, that coveted black velvet stripe. It was very important. So my cap is now in our tribal museum as a relic, which makes me one too. And I'm very proud that it's there, because it does define who I am. There were no automatic blood pressure cuffs. Thermometers were made of glass, and if you broke it and you broke it, they were filled with mercury, you just swept it up. There were no such thing as hazmat. There were no IV pumps. You had to count every drip to make sure that the right amount of IV fluid was going in. And God forbid your patient move their wrist, because they would either get the whole dose in the first 5 minutes of the hour, or they get nothing. And there were no oxygen saturation monitors either. Medications were hand-poured into little teeny tiny cups by nurses using larger bottles housed in the inpatient pharmacy. Gloves were used and re-sterilized. IV solutions were made in-house and placed later in sterilized glass bottles for administration. There was no such thing as an electronic medical record, which is why our generation of nurses have such bad handwriting. Each chart was hand-stamped with a metal addressograph card, and so while you're waiting for the physical chart, most of the time you're writing your notes on a paper towel until you could transcribe it to the real thing. There was no such thing as the internet, no remote access to email, which was a real blessing, let me just tell you that, but also no Google, so I really could have used that early on in my career. Our boards were 2 full days of testing using paper and pen. And so nursing was surely just as much of an art as it was a science. But it was, and it still is, the most satisfying profession that you could be in. Later in life, and I say much later because I was in my 60s, I was blessed to be able to attend Yale School of Nursing to earn my Doctor of Nursing practice. I've been able to use this degree to inform policy now at the highest levels of government. Yale University is very special to me. As a young woman who needed to work her way through school, Yale was way beyond my reach. This class is special to me, and I probably will be a little emotional, but my nephew, Chris Fusco, is graduating today. So now you are all special to me, too. So, Chris descends from a long line of medicine people, and he carries that strength with him in everything that he does. I am so proud of him. As graduates of Yale, all of your words will have such added gravitas in every role that you play. Your influence in the varied practice areas you will choose to work in will be lasting. What I have learned throughout my career is that all the hard and soft skills that you learn as a nurse are transferable wherever you find yourself engaged in your career. As we think of some of the more non-traditional roles that nurses take on, that impact is no less so than working at the bedside or in more traditional venues. Nurses bring a different voice, and they bring a different sensibility to every venue that they are at. Just recently, I was invited to speak at the Advanced Practice Nurses Association, and I was fortunate to hear nurse practitioners who are elected to state legislatures speaking about their legislative priorities and what they're doing in their states to improve the health of their citizens. So too has it been for me working at the federal level on various federal tribal advisory committees for Indian Health Services, National Institute of Health, Department of Justice, and the Department of Treasury. I was a very shy kid growing up. I didn't have a lot of confidence in my vision, but along the way, in becoming a nurse, it became very clear to me that it was essential to use my voice for good. And there are some that probably wish I was that shy kid back in Uncasville some days, But, once you find your voice, you have to keep using it. And it's whether you're championing for the best care for my patients, or it was the best policy when I worked for hospital administration to ensure that the staff I had had the best tools that they could use to provide for their patient care, or at the federal level advocating for parity in health resources for our very underserved, under-budgeted Indian healthcare systems. Now currently working as the first Indigenous Treasurer of the United States, I give voice to so many underserved communities who are intimately affected by inequitable social determinants of health, so severely exacerbated by the COVID pandemic. What I have found is that we should never underestimate the power of educating policymakers by sharing stories about how their actions impact others. As I do this work, what I continue to be most thankful for are the people who allow me to lead and who stand by my side every step of the way. They inspire me to do the best that I can do each and every day. Just as we're thinking about how we took care of our patients, we are still taking care of our community. We're taking care of all of our fellow citizens of this United States, and that really is a sacred responsibility. There is nothing more humbling than that. And it is why you all do what you do, because people have faith in you to do the right thing. I ask you all today to allow yourselves to be flexible and fluid regarding your career aspirations. You may have a very specific plan for yourself, as I did so many years ago. Even just last year, I had this conversation with my family. I'm going to start dialing things back. I'm not going to work so hard anymore. If COVID told me anything, it said I want to be more available, not less. And then I got a call from the Domestic Policy Council from the White House asking if they could put my name forward to be the treasurer. So first I had to Google it to say, well, what does the treasurer do? And then I had to have a very different conversation with my family after that. So the universe may have other equally important plans for you that you cannot see at this very moment, but it will show it to you over time. So when those moments are presented to you, embrace them, say yes. Know that you are up to any challenge that presents itself to you because you are a nurse. You understand humanity. You know how to connect with people holding diverse opinions, and how best to create a world where everyone's voice is heard and respected. If you allow yourself that flexibility, you may experience the very best adventure that you never could have imagined for yourself, all the while improving the lives of others, staying true to your original intent. So graduates, I know you're not going to remember a thing I say today as you walk across that stage and hold that hard-won diploma in your hands, and that is as it should be. However, what you will remember are all the people who have walked this path with you, who have cheered you on each step of the way. Your families, your friends, your professors, your favorite professor, they are all gifted to you from the universe. Remember that of all the things that you will accomplish in your lifetime, nothing will be more important than your relationships with them. Throughout my life's journey, the deepest joy I have experienced has been with my family and friends. They hold my heart in their hands. While your career may be very important, at the end of the day, shut off your phone, don't look at your email, leave your work worries at work, avoid Facebook, and make time to nurture those relationships. We all, as nurses, give a lot of lip service to self-care, but you truly have to walk the walk. And I would argue that social media is the exact opposite of self-care. So I leave you today with this image. In our tradition, diamond shapes connote umbusquico, or good medicine. Nurses are diamonds on the path of life, bringing good medicine to everyone that they encounter. Be a diamond for the people that you care for today, and light the world for those who will come after you. I salute you all, this next generation of nurses. I wish you all so much happiness, satisfaction, and success. You will all make a difference in the world, one person at a time, one community at a time, and one policy sector at a time. Use your voices for good. Enjoy the journey that will be uniquely yours. Mutawi wi'itu wokanchwas kichikiawan. Many blessings upon you all. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Malerba, for those very inspirational thoughts, and I bet they will remember them. So now we're going to move on to the student address. This is a prestigious honor, and we thank everyone who submitted remarks for consideration this year. The 2023 student address recalls the bravery and determination all of you have shown over the past few years. Please welcome psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner graduate Louise Verha.
Thank you. I was saying don't trip, don't trip, don't trip. Okay, so is this thing on? Can you folks hear me? Yes? Okay. Reminds me of the good old Zoom days, right? All right. Let's see. Dear fellow YSN grads, I am honored to be speaking with you today on this momentous occasion. Congratulations on graduating from Yale School of Nursing. We all have achieved something remarkable and should be incredibly proud. These past few years have been a challenging time for all of us, and I want to acknowledge the bravery and determination it took for each of us to enroll in this program at the height of the pandemic. It doesn't matter if you entered YSN as a new GEPIN, an experienced RN entry student, a PhD candidate, or an administrator in the DMP program. We all looked at the healthcare landscape and said, I want to help. Despite the fear and uncertainty that surrounded us, we all had a common goal and mission: to provide better health for all people. It is a testament to our commitment to this goal that we are all sitting here today as graduates. Give yourself a hand of applause. As we graduate today, reflecting on the hard work and dedication that brought us here is essential. Through countless hours of studying, rigorous clinical experiences, and with the help of the school's outstanding faculty, yes, louder. We have grown into confident and capable nurse practitioners and midwives. Our classes started virtually in Zoom sessions. Geppins, do you remember washing your hands in front of a laptop to be signed off on? Or doing your health assessment on a teddy bear on your own? And now, 3 years later, we can be in the same vicinity and share with one another. That's incredible, truly. We have adapted to an unprecedented situation and come out stronger because of it. The bonds we have formed with each other, even virtually initially, have helped sustain us through this challenging time. Graduating from this program is a privilege and comes with great responsibility. As nurse practitioners and midwives, we have a critical role in making the healthcare world more just and equitable. We must use our knowledge and skills to advocate for those who are marginalized or underserved. We must commit ourselves to providing compassionate care to all patients, regardless of race, gender, or socioeconomic status. I urge us all to never lose sight of the importance of empathy in our work. As nurse practitioners and midwives, we will work with patients during some of the most vulnerable moments of their lives. We must listen to their concerns and provide care that is both medically effective and emotionally supportive. As we progress in our careers, we must continue learning and growing. We must stay up to date on the latest research and best practices and be open to new learning opportunities. Our commitment to lifelong learning will not only benefit our patients, but will also contribute to the advancement of the field of nursing and midwifery, not only domestically, but on a global scale. The research and sharing of knowledge, ideas, and innovations across borders can lead to improved patient care and better health outcomes worldwide. The resilience of humanity, science, and healthcare these past 3 years has proven this. As Richard Skolnick, one of our guest lecturers in the Global Health track, aptly stated, the health of anyone, anywhere, is the health of everyone, everywhere. I'll say that again. The health of anyone, anywhere, is the health of everyone, everywhere. Emphasizing the interconnectedness of global health and the need for continued research and collaboration to address health challenges on a global scale. In conclusion, I want to congratulate each and every one of you again on our graduation. It has been an honor and privilege to learn alongside you all, and I am excited about all the amazing things we will achieve. Together, we can make a difference in our patients' lives and in the world of healthcare. Let's go out there, make a positive impact, and uphold YSN's mission of better health for all people. Thank you. Thank you. Love you guys. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Luis, for sharing your commitment to every patient and to a life of continuing education. It was very inspiring. Thank you so much. Each year at commencement, the graduating students honor an outstanding faculty member by presenting them with the award named for Annie Goodrich, the school's founder and the first female dean at Yale. This year, the Annie Goodrich Award for Excellence in Teaching will be presented by Louis.
Thank you. Annie Goodrich was an exceptional nurse leader, unwavering in her vision of graduate nursing education, with relentless compassion to provide better care for all communities. We honor her legacy through the Annie Goodrich Award for Excellence in Teaching by recognizing a faculty member who carries on the tradition of exceptional nursing education, empathy, and concern for all. This year's recipient was described by their nominator as, quote, someone who takes the time to understand each student's strengths and needs and how to best help them and teach to their potential. She always ensured that her material was inclusive and culturally appropriate. She encouraged students to ask questions, prompting them to learn, not to memorize, but so they can be the best provider to their patients. The nominators shared how powerful it was to see this award recipient taking all the time the patient needed to discuss the complexities of a life-altering decision, whether or not to begin dialysis. It did not matter that they were the final patient of the day or that the clinical support team had closed the clinic for the night. She stayed until both she and the patient were satisfied. The recipient has also played a prominent role in the academic support team, aiding students who request additional support. This year, we are proud to present the 2023 Annie Goodrich Award for Excellence in Teaching to an amazing educator and role model, Elissa Nochi. Elissa, please come to stage to receive your award. Yeah, congratulations. Okay, yeah. And there's a flowers for it.
Congratulations. The Charles King Memorial Scholars Aid Prize is given annually at commencement to the graduating student who is deemed one of the leading graduating students who demonstrated outstanding performance in scholarship, research, and clinical practice, and who, through the accomplishments in and leadership of all aspects of study, inspires others. The class of 2023 recipient ran the Haven Reproductive Health Clinic as a solo director. Guess it's not a secret anymore. Secured significant funding and constantly donated resources, time, and energy to some of the most marginalized people in New Haven. This person was always willing to answer a question, assist with a task without judgment, only with a helping hand, thoughtful knowledge, and boundless heart. One nominator described the recipient as knowledgeable, self-driven, thoughtful, and the kindest individual you will ever meet. The patients adored having him in the clinic and repeatedly asked for him to come back. The recipient spoke with patients with complicated terminal conditions, multi-morbid conditions, and patients that others had given up on, as though they were the most important person in the world. When this student sees a patient, he truly sees them as the center of their universe for that short time. In the classroom, this recipient is noted as constantly doing anything he can to help the group without ego or concerns for his own gains. He participates in lively discussion without being disruptive and can engage in conversation without judgment or hubris. And now it is my pleasure to present the Charles King Jr. Memorial Aid Prize to Jonathan Roberts. The Milton and Ann Sidney Prize is given annually at commencement to the graduating student who, in the judgment of the faculty, best exemplifies the school's commitment to clinical research and its mission to contribute to better health for all people. The recipient of the prize must demonstrate creative clinical scholarship in the conceptualization of the problem under study, methodological and analytical competence, and excellence in writing. Above all, the study must be one that will make a difference in the delivery of nursing care for all the recipients of that care. This year's recipient completed the clinical DMP project, increasing transplant medication knowledge through implementation of a medication education intervention algorithm, an exemplary piece of evidence-based translational work. This recipient is a nurse practitioner at Yale New Haven Hospital on the transplant surgery team and recognized that one, success and outcomes of organ transplantation requires patient understanding of the complex medical therapies and medication regimens, and two, that a significant number of patients are at risk due to limited medical literacy. She was awarded a prestigious grant from the American Association of Transplant Surgeons and successfully implemented her program. Her work exemplifies the School of Nursing's mission of better health for all people by addressing a significant clinical problem in transplant care that affects the quality of life, morbidity, and mortality of vulnerable patients. I'm honored to award the Milton and Ann Sidney Prize to Dr. C. Chimi Karkung. The Yale School of Nursing has a stated commitment to recognizing, acknowledging, and combating structural racism to tap into our foundational ethos, the responsibility to engage in intersectional education, practice, and scholarship that addresses the clinical, socioeconomic, and environmental issues plaguing the health of people and the planet. Many people have helped with this work, and in 2021, our school announced a new award that will be given annually to a person in our community who embodies this ethos and shows an unwavering commitment to help YSN address diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. The Heather Dawn Reynolds Equity Award was named for its inaugural recipient. The 2023 recipient is a joint degree, Master's in Public Health and Master's in Science of Nursing student who has exemplified the mission of better health for all people with a lens on equitable and just care of immigrant birthing parents and their children. She has a keen eye on global health, specifically Chagas disease, and how it disproportionately affects immigrants to the US from Mexico and Central and South America, and is under-recognized and underdiagnosed in the United States. Infectious disease has been her passion at Yale, and she has made it her mission to learn about the primary care needs of individuals living with HIV. She has embraced the work of community health primary care through her participation at the Haven Free Clinic and community-based clinics in Greater New Haven, caring for under-resourced individuals. She has also worked with the YSN community and advanced principles of diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging in the classroom in a way that is respectful and open-minded, and she advances those principles with grace and patience. I'd like to invite Heather down to also take part in awarding this. So it is my great pleasure to award the 2023 Heather Dawn Reynolds Equity Award to Erica Rayak. Thank you, Heather, for continuing to inspire us all. Now we are at the point of the program that you've all been waiting for. Your specialty and program directors will honor each graduate in a moment. All graduates will be presented with their diplomas and a nursing pin. This is a long-standing tradition at the Yale School of Nursing, and we are proud to present each degree recipient with a school pin as you are now officially joining the alumni faculty of Yale nurses and Yale midwives. The tradition of the nursing pin began in the late 1800s when Florence Nightingale honored some of the graduates of her nursing school by giving them a medal. The evolution of this honorary medal has become the nursing pin, a traditional gift given by many nursing schools around the world to honor their graduates. When your specialty director reads your name, you will come up to the stage. I will hand you your diploma, and the Yale School of Nursing Alumni Association President, Elissa Nossi, will present you with your pin. It is now my pleasure to invite Dr. Laura Carroll Andrews, Director of the Adult Gerontology Acute Care Nurse Practitioner Specialty, who will introduce the candidates for Master of Science in Nursing degree in that specialty.
Everybody ready? Okay. It's my pleasure to present the candidates for the Adult Gerontology Acute Care Nurse Practitioner Specialty. Anastasia Eberhardt. You guys, go ahead. Lauren Greenberg. Emily Lynn Houston. Minyi Lee, who couldn't be here today. Harriet Perdikaris. Kevin Daniel Richardson. Nathan G. Ewan. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Amy Marshall, Director of the Adult Gerontology Primary Care Nurse Practitioner Specialty, who will introduce the candidates for the Masters of Science in Nursing degree in that specialty.
Hey, it is my pleasure to present the candidates for the Adult Gerontology Primary Care Nurse Practitioner Specialty. Lou Bai. Dawei Chen. Camille Jones Hoops. She's not here today, but she's watching. Chloe Keister. Anna Katerina Gaziano Kraus, also not here today. Kathleen Marie Lassard. Allie Olson. Jonathan Isaac Roberts. Devin Margaret Shaheen. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Nicole Colleen, Director of the Family Nurse Practitioner Specialty, who will introduce the candidates for the Master of Science in Nursing degree in that specialty.
Hello. It is my pleasure to present the candidates for the Family Nurse Practitioner Specialty. William Bruno. Meredith Jane Campbell. Monica Isabel Checa. Kendall Elizabeth Cody. Catherine Eileen Duarte. Lee Fleischer. Candace Autumn Gregg. Elizabeth Claire Hammond. Margaret Brooks Levine. Erin McGrath. Grace Mills. Kristen M. Noka. Ruby Rose Paris. Shayla Bernard Partridge. Sajni Savitri Persad. Jordan Faye Quinton. Erica J. Ryak. Maria Simone Rosenberg. Maxwell Kostikian Shaw Jones. Hayram Shin. Ada Jasmine Udaya. Anna Vavra. Benjamin Everett Venter. Max Elena Vieira. Sheila Yu Wang. Chanel Kaya Wilkins. Carol Yam, who cannot be here today. And last but not least, Disa Yu. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Joan Kombelek and Dr. Michelle Telfer, co-directors of the Nurse Midwifery Specialty, who will introduce the candidates for the Master of Science in Nursing degree in the Nurse Midwifery Specialty and Women's Health Nurse Practitioner Specialty.
It is our pleasure to present the candidates for the Nurse Midwifery Specialty. Grace Catherine Luby Buclo. Samantha Joyce Duplantis. Jenalee Jaquez. Kendall M. Lincoln. Quinn Lou O'Leary. Amy Rochelle Smith. Sophie Julia Soloway. And Fern.
It is now our pleasure to present the candidates for the Nurse Midwifery Specialty and Women's Health Nurse Practitioner Specialty. A little correction on the program. We start that with Colleen Traub. Olivia Catherine Dumont. Uh-oh. Eva Rose Dunder. Who's missing? Julie Ann Parker. Roche Marvid Banks.
No.
Julie Ann Parker, in absentia. Taisha Rebecca Saintville, also in absentia. Olivia Hazy Stillman. Jakoba Zweens. It is now our pleasure to introduce Dr. Tamika Julian, Director of the Women's Health Nurse Practitioner Specialty, who will introduce the candidates for the Master of Science in Nursing degree in that specialty.
It is my pleasure to present the candidates for the Women's Health Nurse Practitioner specialty. Emily Borland. Shireen Doobie. Leoncia K. Gillespie. Elizabeth Abigail Grant. Brianna Marie Mitchell. Ilana Michelle Pine Rosenberg. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Nancy Banasiak, Director of the Pediatric Nurse Practitioner, Acute Care Specialty, who will introduce the candidates for the Master of Science in Nursing degree in that specialty.
It's my pleasure to present the first ever candidate for the Pediatric Nurse Practitioner Acute Care Specialty, Yasmin Kazemi. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Allison Moriarty Daly, Director of the Pediatric Nurse Practitioner Primary Care Specialty, who will introduce the candidates for the Master of Science in Nursing degree in that specialty.
You ready? Yay! It is my pleasure to present the candidates for the Pediatric Nurse Practitioner Primary Care Specialty. We're all very proud of you. Okay. Hiba Mavish Uskari. Carly Marie Davis. Nicole Degnan Devaney. Rachel Elizabeth Drake. Christopher David Fusco. Alyssa May Jang. Shannon Rose Jones. Lauren Elise Lewis. Sarah Logan. Nicole Dietz Miles, escorted by Cooper Miles. Courtney Barlotta Miller. Helen Reed Monty. Haley Michelle Plesko. Caitlin Marie Roberts. Sarah Diane Weiss. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Susan Boren and Dr. Tina Weldy, co-directors of the Psychiatric Mental Health Nurse Practitioner Specialty, who will introduce the candidates for the Master of Science in Nursing degree in that specialty.
It is our pleasure to present the candidates for the Psychiatric Mental Health Nurse Practitioner Specialty. Marissa Shantorn. Yechi Chen. Helen E. Day. Olivia Burkhardt Footer. Hannah Wolf Frankel. Stacy Elise Frizzle. Kwaku JC. Crystal Lachey Johnson. Lucilla Kazin. Grace Sung An Kim. Emily? Okay. And also Emily Scott Knowles, who is not with us tonight.
And last but not least, we have Ameya Krishnan. Jessica Levine. Carolyn Levinson, who I think is not unable to be with us today. Frankie Lawrence McLaurin. Daniel Solomon Modlinger. Elizabeth Joy Musayev. Uchechi Ann Onyebuchi. Melinda Maria Silva Grant. Patrick Donald Thurber. Louis Vera. And Dylan Ross Williams. It is now our pleasure to welcome back to the podium Dr. Laura Andrews, Dr. Nicole Colleen, and Dr. Nancy Benesiak, who will introduce the candidates for the postgraduate APRN certificates.
It is my pleasure to present the candidate for a postmaster's adult gerontology acute care nurse practitioner certificate to Jenny Han Chung. I'd like to welcome Dr. Nicole Colleen back to the podium.
It is my pleasure to present the candidate for a Postmaster's Family Nurse Practitioner Certificate. She could not be here today, but we would like to congratulate Nicole Kwan Schachman.
It is my pleasure to present two candidates for the Postmaster's Pediatric Nurse Practitioner Acute Care Certificate. Sheila Singel Creand. And Leah Parker Ottinger, who couldn't be with us today. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Joanne DeSantos Iannaco, Director of the Clinical Doctor of Nursing Practice Program, who will introduce the candidates for the Clinical Doctor of Nursing Practice degree.
It is my pleasure to present the candidates for the Clinical Doctor of Nursing Practice degree. Dr. Roxana Bustamante. Dr. Chimi Karkong. Dr. Panicha P.K. Kiripa. Dr. Catherine Massoud, whose project title is Implementing a Pre-Diabetes Screening Algorithm to Improve Identification and Referrals in Primary Care. Dr. Shaylise Meserole. Dr. Jeremy Mills. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Marianne Camilleri, Director of the Healthcare Leadership, Systems, and Policy Doctor of Nursing Practice Program, who will introduce the candidates for the Leadership Doctor of Nursing Practice degree.
It is my pleasure to present the candidates for the Healthcare Leadership Systems and Policy Doctor of Nursing Practice degree. Dr. Dustin Bass. Dr. Kishore Boyard. Dr. Vanessa Coppola. Dr. Lisa Sablinsky. Dr. Jacqueline Davis. Dr. Natalie Facito. Dr. Josephine Garcesa Duque. Dr. Stephanie Gennaro.
Dr. Christina Marooney. Dr. Amy Martone. Dr. Mindy Matthews. Dr. Nicole Messina. Dr. Oana Randolph. Dr. Renee White. And Dr. Quinn Wong. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Shalee Fetter, who will announce the candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy degree.
It is my pleasure to announce the candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy. They are at the Graduate School's diploma ceremony right now. We recognize and honor their accomplishments. Dr. Serena Flaherty. Dr. Yuri Huang. Dr. Dora Lenvai. Dr. Uzaji Nawaji and Wareham. And Dr. Alexandria Smith. It is now my pleasure to introduce Alyssa Nochi, President of the YSN Alumni Association.
Good afternoon. It is my great pleasure to be here today to celebrate the Yale School of Nursing class of 2023. I'd like to congratulate you all on behalf of the YSN Alumni Association and the broader Yale Alumni Association. Please let me be the first to welcome you to our unique community of Yale nurses committed to achieving better health for all people. When I graduated from YSN several years ago, one of my favorite preceptors gave me a card with a simple quote inside. "It is better to light a candle than to curse the darkness." Throughout my time as a nurse practitioner, I have found myself revisiting this sentiment quite frequently. The past several years have taught us all many lessons about growth, compassion, and connection, but most importantly, they have taught us to be grateful for the opportunity to have a positive impact on the lives of the patients we care for and to truly shine in a time of darkness. There is so much strength and resilience among this year's graduating classes, as you have had to navigate the complexities of advanced practice nursing, midwifery practice, and doctoral studies at a time when human connection is more important than ever. You are entering the world of healthcare with a new role and a renewed sense of self, armed with the power to make change in our healthcare systems and the lives of our patients. As an alum of YSN, you are not here to simply curse the darkness our patients face throughout the course of their lives. Rather, you are in a position to light a candle that can guide them to a safer, healthier future. You're here to join the YSN alums who have come before you in the mission to eradicate inequity in healthcare, and you have the unique opportunity to shine in your new role as a nurse practitioner, midwife, or doctor of nursing practice. It is my great pleasure to congratulate you all on your achievement and welcome you to the YSN alumni community. I encourage you to stay in touch as you venture out into your newest role in healthcare. Stay engaged with the YSN community. and continue to do your part to ensure we reach our united goal of better health for all people. I wish the heartiest congratulations to the YSN class of 2023, and I'm proud to welcome you all to the alumni community today.
So I'd like to thank the specialty program directors and doctoral program directors and Elisa for your wonderful remarks and for getting everybody graduated. So in a few moments, we will conclude our ceremony, but before we do, I want to just give a little bit of logistical announcements. Our faculty and graduates will process out first, guided by our School of Nursing staff and ushers. Our graduates will, once they processed out, will wait, and then they're going to come back here for a class picture. I'd like to ask our guests to please wait until the graduates have departed, and then the ushers will invite you to exit to the theater. And then we look forward to welcoming you all at West Campus for our reception. And now I invite the class of 2023 to thank their families and friends and significant others who helped them reach this important milestone. So class of 23, please rise. This is your moment. You've overcome every hurdle, gracefully embraced challenges, and mastered. We're ready to send you off. So we need to go first, right? Yes, we go first. All right. So this concludes the formal portion of our commencement ceremony. The faculty will process out first, followed by the students. So you're going to lead us out, right?